Hi guys, it's Angie. Welcome back to the channel.
Well, right off the bat, I want to point out that I'm wearing one of my ex's shirts. Uh I didn't have pregnancy clothing. We didn't get me pregnancy clothing. I was the stay-at-home mom. He worked. And the order of things that were bought, in the order that things were bought at this point in time was beer, weed, cigarettes, car parts, diapers after any of that stuff was bought, even if we needed diapers really bad. And then once a year, if I was lucky, like a piece of clothing, super great. So I didn't have a lot of clothes that fit me, and that left me to have I think 4 shirts that would go over my pregnant belly, a dress that somebody else bought me. Most of my clothing was things that my mom gifted me that were just little things that she was like, "Oh, that's really cute." And that was basically it. So today I am responding to the first time that we ever took Elias to the aquarium. Truth be told, love the Denver Aquarium. I was so excited to take him. We don't go very often. It's just not that feasible to go very often. So unfortunately we don't. But it's absolutely amazing. There's so much to do. It's such a beautiful aquarium. To be fair, the only other aquarium that I have any memory of going to is the Albuquerque Aquarium. Love the person I went with. Went with a friend, actually. Went with the boys' aunt. And that was an amazing experience, just hanging out with her and getting to have fun with her. Loved that. But definitely did not love the aquarium. like Comparatively, they're just so different. Albuquerque Aquarium ain't got nothing on the Denver Aquarium. Sorry. So I guess one of the things that I really have to point out first is that my ex definitely filmed some of the video. He's not the best videographer by any means. He definitely very rarely captured very cute moments with me and Elias. So the, there's not a lot of video in this at the actual aquarium. But it was also weird because this was at a point where he was still playing nice. At this point in our relationship, I had left with Elias on an airplane. We got into a very bad fight. It got very physical. And when I say physical, I mean, he didn't physically hurt me. He didn't physically hurt Elias, but he did throw a phone at me. His phone at me. Broke his phone. It, shattered everywhere. He broke his friend's TV while it was, by his phone shattering, which he blamed on Elias. Was like, "Oh yeah, Elias smacked the TV with a lightsaber. My bad, man." How are you gonna blame the baby instead of take accountability for something you did? You broke it in a fit of rage. You're telling me your friends don't know that about you? So I left. My mom bought a plane ticket for me. Elias was on my lap. I was pregnant. We got on a plane. We left. She picked me up at the airport. I stayed with her for a little while. Ended up moving back in with my uncle. And then I was in therapy because that was the agreement, was I was going to be in therapy on my own, and he was supposed to be in therapy of his own, and part of that was supposed to be anger management. Now, his actual version of therapy was sexting my cousin and offering to send her videos of him and I in the bedroom to shame me, apparently. At the time of this video, I was very unaware of that. No idea that he had done any of that. I didn't find out till months later when my cousin told me. that's a different story. But I'm not sure where my cousin got her degree in therapy, but her methods seem questionable. So yeah, he came back around and was just acting very nice for the most part. Like, there would be little things here and there, but not enough to be like an issue. So, especially because at that time, I wasn't expecting perfection. Like, he was just starting to work on his issues, apparently. Didn't do anything at all. Just proved to me that he knew how to act correctly. He just didn't feel like it. Honestly, looking back at it, it's more terrifying, those moments where he was playing nice, than him just being mean. Because when they're playing nice, one, you don't know how to act anymore in those situations after so much abuse. Two, you don't know when they're going to get set off again. So it was ultimately more terrifying in these moments than when he was just angry. Now, I go on in the video to end up mentioning that Elias was afraid of water. He's still afraid of water. But at this point, his fear of water was like any water except for rain. Rain he could stand, but like baths he would not take. Showers, I had to pull him in with me. Like, I had to get in the shower with him, hold him the entire time, wash him as fast as I could, everything that needed washing, and then get him out as fast as I could. And he would scream at the top of his lungs, like bloody murder screams, until he was out. He was so afraid of water. And that's very relevant because the beginning of the Denver Aquarium has like waterfall features and a monsoon demonstration. Like, there's a lot of water things. I thought for sure waterfalls would be fine because they're like off in the distance. You're not even interacting with them. And I was like, we can avoid the monsoon one until like the demonstration is ending and it's getting ready to repeat. Like, we could go through it at that point. I was like, it'll be fine. Fish. He's gonna love the fish. And I was like, it'll be fine as long as we plan it out accordingly. So I thought. Waterfalls were enough to make him freak out, though, in the beginning. He was not a fan. I could go more into depth on aspects of his water fear and things like that, and I could right now. Truth be told, I have already filmed a like beginning of a series video, but this upcoming summer, I plan on trying to do some things to help him conquer that fear. So I filmed an introduction video for that series already where I talk about it a little bit more in depth. So I don't want to dive too much into it. So because I discuss it more in a different video, I'm not going to dive into all of it this time around. Since I go into so much detail for that first video for that series, obviously I'm not going to go into so much detail on here. I will, however, say that I do suspect that my ex played a role. I don't know for certain. I talk about it a lot in that introduction, but I do have my suspicions. So, I'll leave it at that for this video. And there was a part that was kind of funny, like looking back at it now that I am where I am in my healing and everything, because when I watched the part where Elias is helping my mom with her chickens and everything, I call him Stinky, and that's a nickname that his dad gave him. And ever since Dad left and was out of the picture, he's never been called that again by anybody. So I don't think that he would even register that at any point was a nickname of his, which I kind of find funny right now, like looking back at it. Like, we've come so far that you don't have any memory of one of your nicknames being Stinky. So when you're watching the old video, I just want to preface by saying not only was I still clearly pregnant at this point in time, but I was also being called obese by my ex at this time as well. Fun. It was also weird seeing my ex act like a good father in front of the camera in these clips. Like, I'm sure that these are clips that he will love to use to be like, look at what she's keeping the kids from, since that's his favorite lie to tell everybody, because he doesn't acknowledge that a week later he started treating us terribly again. His family only knows, oh, I was a great dad. So I'm sure he would love to use these clips to continue that lie. So yeah, that was everything that I needed to react to from that video and share about that video. I did not do the Denver Aquarium justice at all. It's a big aquarium. There's a lot to it. The beginning, he was just like not into it at all. So obviously I didn't film any of that. But there's so much to do. Like, there is the monsoon demonstration. There's beautiful exhibits. There's these little like areas you could crawl under the tanks and kind of like the little bubble things, and you can poke your head in, so that way you're kind of like looking from basically inside at the bottom of the tank, which is just so fun. There's stingray petting, which I hope is still there, because now you can pet stingrays at the zoo. So I don't know if they like switched it. I'm really hoping there's still stingrays at the aquarium. I just love any chance to pet stingrays. I love stingrays. Anyway, have a blessed day. Make sure that you like, follow, and comment. Engagement really helps on this platform. Thanks for watching. Almost forgot to mention, one of the main reasons that we even decided to go to the aquarium was because I was pregnant with Levi, and we got this picture done when I was pregnant with Elias, and we wanted to continue it, and then he didn't even do that. Like, it was supposed to be like a cute little family thing of getting a caricature every year that we went there as our family aged.